All I'll say is thank God I had jocks on under my skins that night. Otherwise, I would have went up for a new set of skins. So.
G'day guys, and welcome to the very first episode of the OSO show. Hosted by Will and myself, Bo Farrell. We are joined by a very special guest today. You might know him from Big Brother or the town of Broken Hill. We've got Matt Garrick. How are you, Matt?
Good. Thanks, boys. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on, and it's an honour to be on the first one.
Yeah, very cool. So we're going to start with isolation. How's it been for you? How is it different to the Big Brother isolation?
It hasn't been too bad for us out here. We have been affected by COVID, but definitely not to the extent that a lot of other places have. So, living in the middle of nowhere has actually paid off for once. But it's been very different to the Big Brother experience, obviously, because I've got a phone, I've got a telly, I've got my friends and family that I can actually talk to. So it's very hard out here. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot easier than it was in the Big Bro house, that's for sure.
So, how was your Big Brother experience all up? Like, did you enjoy it? Was it what you expected?
It was brilliant. Some of the most fun I've ever had in my life. I've never really been pushed, I guess, not so much physically, but mentally as much as I was in there. And it sort of found out a bit, I guess, about my levels of resilience in there, which was good. Was it what I expected? That's a hard one to answer because I wasn't really sure what to expect because as they advertised before it went to air, the game changed. So went in there completely blind, not knowing what was going to be on the other side of that door when I walked in. But yeah, I'm so glad I did it. It was amazing.
Now everyone in the Big Brother loved it. They've all come out and said they've loved it. Did you go in there, when you applied, did you want to go in there? What was the story behind going in?
So truth be told, I actually applied for Survivor because I'm mad on Survivor. I used to enjoy Big Brother back in the day, but I actually didn't even know it was coming back. But the same company produces Survivor that produced Big Brother, Endemol Shine, and they saw my Survivor application and liked it. And I think they thought I could fill a role potentially in the Big Brother house. So they asked would I consider applying for Big Bro, and I was honest with them. I said, look, not really. It doesn't really interest me at this stage of my life.
Yep.
But then promised me that it was going to be a very different show. It's going to be more along the Survivor lines, which it obviously was. So yeah, when they said that, I was like, yeah, I'll throw my hat in the ring, and then reapplied for Big Brother. So yeah, that's the story behind it, I guess.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad it went that way because if it was Survivor, I never would have got there because obviously wouldn't be able to get to Fiji, so I'd still be sitting in Broken Hill.
You had a very special romance with Dan.
It was, so grateful that the big fella was in there. I knew who he was night one. I've never met him before Big Brother, but I'm a mad AFL man, so I knew who Dan was. But he was. Yeah, obviously the person I was closest to in there, and I'm still very close to him now. So very, very grateful that he was in there. And I think he'd say this. Well, I hope he'd say the same about me. That I don't think we would have got as far as we did without each other. So it was very, very good having him in there. The big man, the great man. Towards the end, it was just such a mental challenge. I think it was on tenterhooks every day. So it was so crucial to have that one person that I could spill my guts to and know it was never going to go any further, and sort of have that one person you could have full confidence in. So towards the end, it was we sort of felt like we were back to back with our fists up fighting. I was going to say
it was a bit intense at the end there, a bit of a two-sided battle.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was full on. The last week especially was just in hyperdrive. It was insane.
Bit crazy. It's very entertaining to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, but so grateful that Dan was there to help me get through it. Well, almost get through it.
So disappointed that didn't go your way.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't stress.
In the Big Brother show, we saw a lot of you guys. And was there any time that you guys weren't filmed or knew that it wouldn't be televised?
So the only time that we weren't, we were still filmed, but the only time was when they shut the game down when one of the crew members came in contact with somebody who tested positive to COVID. So there was 48 hours.
Yeah.
There was 48 hours there where there was no actual cameramen there, and there was only 2 producers on site the whole 48 hours. So we were still being filmed by the solid state cameras, the ones that are sort of mounted all around the place. And we still had mics on, but it wasn't most of it. Well, none of it actually, as it turned out, was used in the show itself. So that we were still being filmed and mic'd up, so they knew we were okay. But yeah, that was the only time that we weren't filmed. But it was very, very strange being so used to being filmed 24/7 and seeing and hearing cameramen in the walls, and then not having them. It was like, oh, this is a bit weird now.
Yeah, I get you. So so you didn't get any downtime whatsoever not being filmed?
No, 24/7. Yeah, and we knew that going in there. It's part of the contract you sign that. Yeah, so the cameramen are
crazy.
Yeah, the cameramen are there from, I think they started at. Obviously, we had no idea of time, but I reckon it must have been 7 o'clock in the morning, and I think they went home. We worked out that they locked the back door at, I can't remember if it was 9:30 or 10, and that's sort of when the cameraman went home as well. So, it was pretty long days with them on site. But then also once they were gone, all the like I said, the solid state cameras were still in place and still turned on. So yeah, it was pretty crazy.
There you go. Nothing's off limits for them.
No, God, no. There's even cameras above the toilets. So there's literally nowhere you can go. There's nowhere you can go without cameras.
Nowhere you can go. Not one private conversation you can have.
Nope, not a chance.
So it must have been pretty crazy going to this whole TV experience. Did you have any past TV experience? Was there like any other things you did in TV?
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to be a panelist on Think Tank as a quiz show on ABC. I think they're still smashing out repeats of it. We only filmed one series. I filmed it back in end of 2017, start of 2018. So yeah, and that stemmed from I guess this whole journey, started. I was on the Chase Australia back in 2017, and
there you go.
Yeah, I won a little bit of cash on there, did okay, and that led to Think Tank, and not that Think Tank was related to my Big Brother experience in any way, but so I had a little bit of experience, I guess, in front of the camera, which I never thought my life would go down that path, but here we are.
How did that Chase experience start? Like, what led you to there? Like, how did you just like wake up one day and just think, oh, I'm just going to go on the Chase?
No, there's a bit of a story to that as well. I watch it every afternoon, well, not every afternoon, but a lot of afternoons, especially before I go into work night shift. It's on, and I used to sit on the lounge and answer the questions, and you normally do pretty good. And Jess, my fiance, always said, you should do this, you should do this. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to apply. And then she actually applied on my behalf without me knowing. Pardon me. So, yeah, I got a phone call from ITV one day saying, can we have a chat tomorrow? We got your application. I was like, for what? And they're like, for the Chase. I was like, okie dokie, I'll speak to you tomorrow. And then hung up, and I was like, Jess, what have you done? So, yeah, that's where it all started. And it was pretty weird. They gave me a time. They wanted me to come to Melbourne to film for the Chase, and I couldn't make it. I couldn't get work off. So they said, we'll postpone you. And I didn't hear anything from them for about 8 or 9 months. I thought, that ship sailed. Yeah, I thought, I had to go. I didn't get in. Big deal.
Yeah,
and then I went down. I actually travelled down on Anzac Day in 2017 and filmed it the day after. And yeah, the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, there you go. Thank God for the Chase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God for Jess.
Yeah, that mate. I wouldn't be talking to you now, I don't think, if it didn't start there.
What is your favourite sport?
Favourite sports, AFL, Just Beats, NBA and horse racing.
Never heard someone say horse racing, to be honest. Who do you barrack for in the AFL?
Oh, geez. I don't like talking about it, but I'm a North Melbourne man.
Oh, no.
We're going rubbish. No. We're going rubbish.
Can't really say the same with Essendon.
I bloody hate the Bombers too, you bludgers.
I knew you'd say that as well. I knew you'd say that.
They're all right.
You wait. We'll be good in the future.
You will. They're building.
We're still getting along.
Building.
Have you seen their injury list?
I have. You don't have to tell me. I know.
Yeah, you say it. You got to say it. You got to say it. We're coming along. We're coming along.
Anyway, we'll move on to the next question. Who's your favorite player?
My favourite player, this is probably going to be a bit left field, is a big Tex Walker.
Tex Walker,
reason
over
being,
your own Ben Brown.
Yeah, over Big Benny Brown. Tex is Broken Hill boy as well, and one of my great mates. So
There you go.
Yeah, he's my favourite player. But in terms of from anyone else, it's probably not a North Melbourne. My favourite North Melbourne player at the moment is probably Jai Simpkin, but my favourite player in the comp is probably Nick Haynes from GWS. I love the way he plays. He's a superstar.
Very cool. I also have one of my favourite players from GWS is Toby Green. Not a very popular player. It seems.
No, I love him, mate. I love him.
I love the way he attacks the footy.
He's a star, mate. He's a top 5 or 6 player in the comp for mine.
Yeah, big time. So underrated.
Very cheap.
Agreed.
Chill out.
I'm assuming you played in your juniors because you love the sport, but how good were you?
Not very. No, it wasn't too bad. I've only ever played locally. Probably, I had dreams to try and crack it. I guess as a lot of people growing up do. The closest I got, and I mean I'm not the Lone Ranger here. A lot of people have gone close, but I think I was first emergency or something for under 16 stateside in high school. Back in high school, but. No, that was we had a carnival at down at Wentworth, which is not that far from here. Normally, we've got to travel miles and miles to play, so it was sort of almost on the home deck. And I played 4 pretty good games, so I probably played above myself a bit, but missed out. And then got an apprenticeship, turned 18, and started the Grog Monster found me as it does to a lot of people. And but yeah, just played locally, but won a few flags and that here. So. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it, but never a superstar by any stretch of the imagination. Don't worry.
I'm gonna head a bit off topic, or not sport-wise anyway. What's the biggest thing you want to achieve in your life?
And I guess it's the Aussie dream. I'd love to own my house and be debt free at one stage. But I think if I can, get to a point where I've got a family, I've got a fiance now, Jess. We've been together for nearly 10 years. So, but,
that's awesome.
Looking to get married end of next year, hopefully. So tick that one off, and then hopefully start a family. And if we can get to a point where we've got a happy, healthy family, hopefully with a couple of kids would be nice and debt free. That's the goal, I guess. That's awesome. It's a bit cliche, but I'm a pretty simple guy.
Definitely respect that.
Yeah, you got to. Well, which of your accomplishments in your life do you think you're most proud of?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud that jagged an apprenticeship back in the day and sort of saw that out and became a tradesman. It's a bit of a backstory there. My grandfather's he's not with us anymore, but he was an old hard as nails tradie, and sort of was, I think, pretty hopeful that his grandsons went down the same path. So I know he was really proud of that. So that's something that I'm pretty stoked. Pretty proud of. Yeah, pretty stoked just to sort of, I guess, fulfill that for me, but also for him. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's been very boring for a lot of people. But have you picked up any hobbies over OSO?
My drinking habits improved. No, my fiance and I, Jess and I, started a thing we called the Quar Olympics for when I was in quarantine for the 2-week thing.
Please explain.
When I came back from Big Brother, so we came up with, I think there was 10 different, we called them sports as part of the Olympics. There was hand tennis or handball, whatever you call it, was one. There was Finska, cards, trivia, dominoes, all along those lines.
All the household fun games.
Yeah, so dog bingo was one.
Explain that. What's dog bingo?
Oh, it's literally, you get it's a little kids game. It's to teach kids about animals and dogs, and you get a little bingo board with different pictures of dogs on there, and you pick out cards, and if you've got it, you have to put a token on like bingo. So it's pretty random, but that was one of the closest. That was one of the closest games we had. So
there you go. Big competitive.
That's how we sort of filled it in. And I was having a crack at a jigsaw puzzle, but it got the better of me. It was this Jaws one.
No.
Jaws Jaws movie poster, and dead set, there was writing at the top, writing at the bottom, and then the rest of it was like ocean colour, the whole
Blue.
lot. So I was like, I can't do this. Like, so I gave up. I gave up on that.
Too much. That is too much time. That is way too intricate. Will could never do something like that. He loses his attention span literally straight away. He'd place
shorter than a goldfish's.
Oh mate, I'm with you. I'd do about 4 or 5 bits and go, I can't do any more.
Stuff that.
Well, it seems like you're a funny guy, and a lot of people certainly think you are. Have you got any good pickup lines for Bo for his future Tinder account?
Tinder, geez, I'm a bit rusty on the pickup lines. I've had the partner for 10 years.
You got any good ones?
Or you could say, how much does a polar bear weigh? And if she says what, is it enough to break?
How much does it? How much does it polar bear? How much
enough to break the ice?
Oh, there you go.
Or just a stock.
That's a good one.
Watch your number, cucumber. That works.
We like that one. Will probably needs a.
Don't do that one. Don't do that one.
Don't do that one. You don't reckon?
No, God, no. You'll get a slap, I think.
Oh no.
That was nice. Hopefully it works for Bo, but probably.
Keep me updated.
I'll send you through what happens.
What is your most embarrassing moment in your life?
Before footy training a couple of years back, I do pretty rank farts, if I'm honest. And it's a bit of a hobby of mine is getting up the front of the group when we're doing, when we're warming up, doing a couple of warm-up laps. There's always the first cab off the rank, and I sneak up the front of the group and drop my guts, and it filters back through everyone. And yeah, one night a couple of years ago, I snuck up the front as I do, and they're like, "Don't." And I was like, "Cop this," and drop my guts. But there's a little something coming behind it.
Oh no! A little friend coming to say hello.
All I'll say is, thank God I had jocks on under my skins that night. Otherwise, I would have went up for a new set of skins. So I don't need to tell you what happened, but I was like, oh, I need to go go to the shower.
Need to fix that one up.
So I went from thinking I was a smart ass to having a bit of egg on my face.
Oh no, that is rotten.
It was rotten.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Did anyone find out?
Yeah, all the boys. So I just went, oh, and they're like, "You've just crapped your dax." I was like,
"Oh no!" Straight away.
Yeah, straight. You felt it straight up. I got to go, boys.
Yeah, that's no good.
What are your thoughts on people not wearing masks, and what have you got to say to them?
Absolutely ridiculous. You're idiots. The lot of yous.
Yep.
Whether you agree with it or not, just do it. Just put your bloody mask on. Like, you're going to be the same idiots complaining if you're in another lockdown in 2 months' time because this thing's still around. So just wear your mask. If you don't want to wear your mask, stay home. Like, it's not that hard, is it? Like, it's a pain in the ass, but just do it.
They're the
sooner we get past this thing, the sooner we'll be back to normal life. So that's my thoughts on it.
They're the exact same people that last lockdown were saying, stay at home. We want to get rid of all this.
Exactly, mate. And like I said, they'll be the same people that if you go back into lockdown again, they're going to be going, oh, we're so stupid. It's Dan Andrews' fault. No, it's not. It's your fault.
Yeah, mate. Now, that's all we have time for today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
No, thanks so much for having me. Yeah, like I said, it's my pleasure, and it's an honour to be first cab off the rank. So good luck with it all, and thanks again.
Awesome. Thanks, heaps. Yep. So good luck with your family and stuff, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, watch this space. We'll see what happens. But yeah, always happy to jump on if you ever want to put up with me again. And good luck with it. And thanks once again for having me, fellas.
Awesome. So if you want to check out Matt, all his socials will be down in the description below. And well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, fellas.
All right. Yeah.